It's 17 years since the band Frankie Goes to Hollywood split up, but now they are reforming with a new lead singer. Auditions were held today in London to find a frontman to fill Holly Johnson's shoes. The winner was RyanMolloy from Newcastle. He'll perform one song at a one-off charity concert in November. Sky's Shazia Khan caught up with him moments after he found out he'd won.
Well, the winner of the open auditions has just been announced. RyanMolloy, you are the new lead singer of Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Wow, man, wow.
How do you feel?
I feel crazy, man. It's just like, it's been a crazy day, you know, and then, you know, it's getting really nerve-wracking. And I wasn't nervous until they asked me to sign my name, and I was like all over the place. The final three were fantastic. The other two guys were great, and you know, we just went for it. And I was the lucky one on the day, so I'm over the moon, man. Over the moon.
And you're going to be performing at Wembley. How does that make you feel?
God, it's big news, man. It's big news. But yeah, God, it's a hell of a stage, you know, and there's going to be a big crowd there. I'm on the bill with a lot of other fantastic acts, you know what I mean? So I'm honoured, man. I'm honoured just to be there. It's absolutely fantastic.
And are you personally a big fan of Frankie Goes to Hollywood?
Big time, big time. I always loved them, you know. They were always fantastic. Always breaking new ground in music, and what a result to be there, you know, with them on November the 11th on stage. So it's just like, it's going to blow me away, man.
and not to make you feel too nervous, but you've got big shoes to fill. Holly Johnson.
Oh, he's the man, man. He's the man. Fantastic voice, fantastic songwriter. You know, hopefully, you know, you'll be around at the gig. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I hope I do him proud. I hope I do him proud.
Ryan, congratulations. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. The new lead singer of Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Feels like fire. I'm so in love with you.
Well, Frankie Goes to Hollywood aren't the first band to reform, but can it be as good the second time around? Joining us now is Time Out's music critic Chris Salmon. Chris, good evening. Many thanks for joining us.
No
Can
problem.
it be as good second time around, man?
He's brilliant, wasn't he? He was the man. Very, very few bands. I've spent all afternoon actually trying to think of any band that were better second time around, and the only one I can think of is The Verve, who split up before Oasis came through, and then after Oasis came back, The Verve got back together, ended up selling millions of records and making easily their most popular record. But that aside, there's really not very many. You know, Duran Duran have done it, and Blondie have done it, and they've had a modicum of success, but it's never really the same.
When you talk about The Verve, did they reform with the same lineup, or was there...
They did, because they'd fallen out. The guitarist had fallen out with the singer, but they kind of got back together about 2 or 3 years later, and it really is the only example I can think of where they've ended up being more successful and making their most popular record after the Reformation.
In this case, though, we're going to have a new frontman, man, aren't we? And can that actually work, do you think?
Well, he seemed very excited about it. I mean, it's for this one-off gig that's all of Trevor Horn, the producer's kind of bands, ABC and Buggles and Bell and Sebastian, and all the bands that he's produced over the years, of which one is Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So,
Drive the car, please.
Champagne Color 2003 Escalade. License.
than that, but I mean, he had a good voice, so maybe they will do more. But I think it's really about touring, isn't it? These bands, when they get back together, they don't really sell records, and there's a lot of them who don't even try and make records, like the Pixies reformed this year to great critical acclaim. They got amazing reviews for their shows, and the shows were really good, but they didn't even bother trying to make a new record. They were like, you know, we understand, people want to hear the old stuff, let's just do that.
And I mean, one of the problems I would think with a band like Frankie Goes to Hollywood is how on earth do you replace someone like Holly Johnson? It wasn't just the voice, it was the entire persona that was unique.
Well, absolutely, but apparently the reason he's not doing this Trevor Horn concert is that him and Trevor Horn don't really see eye to eye. They're not really friends, so the rest of the band wanted to do it, but Holly Johnson didn't, so that's why they had to get the new singer in. But yeah, big